All right, recruits, listen up. You're about to step onto the battlefield. I'm talking about the Wargaming Expo. It's loud, it's bright, and it's absolutely full of traps for a rookie like you. Now, you're here because you want to join the ranks, right? Well, one wrong move in there, and you'll find yourself fighting a long, bitter campaign on your own painting table. So, eyes front. We're going to break down the classic rookie mistake so you don't end up as just another casualty of this hobby. The second you walk through those doors, you'll see it. Rows and rows of glass cases, just packed with armies painted to a level you can't even believe. Tiny little soldiers, frozen in these moments of glorious combat, and that's what gets you. It's pure shock and awe. The artistry, it's overwhelming, and that little spark of inspiration, it hits you like a cannonball. You're standing there thinking, I want to do that. And just like that, they've got you. You'll wander over to a vendor's stall, and the sheer amount of stuff is just staggering. I mean, they've got everything. World War I tanks? Sure. Napoleonic legions? Of course. But then you see it. Obscure Swedish Napoleonic infantry. Who even knew that was a thing? The variety is dizzying. It's like the entire history of warfare is laid out right in front of you, just waiting for a commander. Then, through all that noise, that fog of war, you see it. Your objective. For you, it's the 95th Rifles. Come on, you've seen the shows, you know all about Major Richard Sharp. And it's perfect. It's a clear mission, an achievable goal. You're going to build that legendary unit. A focused objective, this is actually the right way to start. But, hang on a second. Out of the corner of your eye, you see a flash of color, something shiny, over on the flank. It's this massive box with this epic artwork of a huge battle splashed all over it. The words starter set are printed right there. It's promising you not just a unit, but an entire war right in this box. It's whispering sweet nothings in your ear about great value and everything you need to get started. And this, recruit, this is the ambush. So now you've got your first real tactical decision to make, and it's not on some felt battlefield. It's right there at the sales counter. You came in here for a small, elite force, but now you're staring down the barrel of the entire Battle of Waterloo, and your mind, it starts racing, trying to justify this change of plans.
Okay, let's break down the tactical situation here. Your original plan, one box of the 95th Rifles, 40 quid. Manageable, focused, smart. The other option, the Battle of Waterloo starter set for 90 quid. Yeah, it's more than double the price, but your brain is screaming, it's a bargain for a whole battle. And your logic seems solid, right? You're thinking, hey, the 95th were at Waterloo, so they've got to be in this box. So you make the call. You grab the big box.
You get home and you are just buzzing with excitement. You march right over to your desk, ready to deploy your new army. You slice that box open, your head is filled with these visions of painted glory, and then reality hits you. And it hits you hard, because what you find inside is nothing like what you saw at the expo. See, this is the image that was in your head. A perfectly painted rifleman down on one knee, taking aim, looking like he just stepped right out of a history book. Heroic, detailed, ready for action. This is the dream you thought you were buying. But this is what's actually in the box. A chaotic jumble of gray plastic sprues or dull metal bits. There are no heroic poses, there are no vibrant colors. It's just a disorganized pile of parts that looks absolutely nothing like those beautiful miniatures from a few hours ago. And that inspiration, it just starts to drain right out of you, replaced by this creeping sense of confusion. And then, as you start taking inventory, that sinking feeling just gets worse. First, you realize every single one of these little guys needs to be glued together. Then you start looking for your 95th Rifles, and you can't find them because they're not in the box. And now that you think about it, this entire Battle of Waterloo seems to be, one cavalry unit, one cannon, and 3 little units of infantry? Huh. That battle would have been over pretty quick. And that's the point, recruit. The battle you thought you were buying, well, that's actually a long, grueling campaign that has only just begun. The fight isn't against the French army. It's against this pile of gray plastic. So welcome to the painting march. It's going to be a long road from here to a finished army. Take a look at that number, 24. That's how many tiny figures are in just one of the infantry units in that box. Let's say it's the Hanoverians. Now, 24 might not sound like a huge number, but trust me, when you're starting from absolute zero, that number looks like a mountain you have to climb. And here's the intelligence report you didn't get at the store. This is your new order of battle. See, before you can even think about touching a colored paint, you gotta clean every single little piece, glue them all together, and then spray them with primer. Every single one of those steps takes time. This isn't a quick victory, kid. This is a war of attrition. And as the weeks grind on, reality really sinks in. Your first attempts at painting, well, they don't look anything like the art on the box, and slowly but surely that initial buzz just evaporates. This glorious new hobby, this dream of commanding the 95th Rifles, who, let's remember, aren't even here, it starts to feel less and less like fun and more, well, more like a chore. Which brings us to the veteran's ultimate warning. This is the end result of that one fateful decision you made back at the expo. This is how you end up with a monument to good intentions and a tactical blunder that's going to haunt your hobby space for years. This is the pile of shame.
You see the disconnect, recruit? You wanted one heroic unit. You wanted to recreate scenes with Sharp. But what you got was a massive, intimidating project, a 90-pound hole in your wallet, and not a single rifleman to show for it. Total mission failure.
So let's put a name to the enemy, the pile of shame. It's a common term in this hobby for a damn good reason. It's that stack of boxes filled with unbuilt sprues and unpainted models, and they just sit there in a corner or closet silently judging you. They're monuments to battles you started but never finished. And this is why it all matters. This whole cycle. The spark of inspiration, the bad purchase, the overwhelming reality, and the final surrender. It's a huge reason why so many people see wargaming as this inaccessible, niche hobby that's impossible to get into. We lose too many good recruits on this hill. This is the cycle frustration that turns brand new recruits away from the front lines. But here's the question. Does it have to be this way? Is this barrier to entry a permanent fortification around our hobby? Or can we find a better way to bring new commanders into the fold? Think about it. Dismissed.